Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tea Time. My name is Maximus, and today we are drinking Cherry Blossom Green Tea. It was brought to you by Sandra. At some point, we'll discuss about what we think about the tea. But right now, it's hot as because I had the temperature up a little too high. But on today's topic, we're going to go over our favorite vacation places that we've gone to, and then afterwards, we're going to talk about future vacation destinations. Michael, you want to go ahead and start?
Sure, I'll go ahead and take it away. Recent vacations, just came back from Japan a couple of weeks ago. It's pretty nice, pretty sensational.
How long were you there?
2 weeks.
Damn, 2 weeks.
2 weeks out of the country. No work, no driving, just eating, walking, and riding the train.
How much did it cost you altogether?
Ooh,
All together, I have to reference the documents, but it's about 5,000, 4,000, I think.
That's total US dollars, or was that
Total USD.
okay?
Yeah, a lot of it was just a plane ticket. Plane ticket was expensive.
how much isn't the plane ticket like $1,000 itself?
Getting quizzed. Give me a second. $4,100
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
total. Yeah, the plane tickets both ways. So both of them combined was about $1,700.
Wow, that's not bad actually.
So
Time did you go? September?
the last week of October through the first week of November. We were there for Halloween.
During that time, is it like a heavy like touristy thing, or is it off season?
That was off season.
Oh, when's their on season?
On season is going to be like right now around Christmas time, and then the springtime when the cherry blossoms start blooming.
Oh,
Of course, summertime because everyone's like, oh, summer, time to go travel.
so a lot of people go there for the cherry blossoms.
To watch them bloom.
Thing.
Yeah,
Whole festival.
'cause, all the trees and parks and whatnot turn pink, and it's like, wow, this is no other place like this in the world. It's beautiful. It's sensational.
Huh. Anyways, go on.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, that's about half the cost, which is getting there. Once we're out there, man, it was nice. The United States dollar, strong. And out there, it's pretty much a 50% discount on everything. It was awesome. And then all the food there anyway was pretty inexpensive. They're not screwing you. It's good quality. Like a lot of the restaurants, I could just walk in, sit down, and be like, man, this is some good food.
Did you try it on any of the vending machine ones?
Didn't have any of the vending machine food.
Really?
We did see, though, while we were out there, saw a pizza vending machine.
What?
Like you get like a little personal pizza. You put your money in, you hit the button, and make it in there and heat it up and cook it and push it out. And you'd be like, yeah, I got a little pizza.
Man, I would have tried it out at least once.
I mean, I didn't want it. There was so much other good food I wanted.
Well, it's not about the good food or anything. It's just like trying out for the experience. I mean, because we don't have it here.
What about the street?
We do. Yeah, I wanted to be authentic. I want the street food, man.
I would have gone for all of it. I would have been pigging out that day.
The sushi, the ramen, the takoyaki, man, the sweets. Like dude, like there's
Matcha.
the matcha, there's the vending machines, and then there's like, it's just crazy how many restaurants there are that are just everywhere down the street. You're walking and you just hop on in, man. It's just good. Which surprised me that like all of them are good. Like we didn't hit one where we were like, it was okay. Like, out here you go to an Italian spot and you're like, oh yeah, give me a good old, Alfredo or, flipping meatballs. And you're like, I've had better. Like this is meh. You go to the Olive Garden and you're still kind of like, it's okay.
A hit or miss depending on where you go.
Yeah, I got the job done. But then it's like, oh yeah, you want some good pasta. You go there, like, there's some good stuff. It's like, nah, man, that's running $25, $30. You're like, man, that's crazy. Nah, man, out there got a whole meal. I was like, $12. Hell yeah. I was like, delicious.
Did you do the convenience store meals?
Yeah, we did some of those for breakfast sometimes.
Those are fine.
Yeah,
I've seen those videos.
Yeah, because we were getting up and we were like, yeah, let's go get breakfast. And we looked at the clock and we're like, ooh, it's 11:30. We slept a little too long today. And it's like, well, convenience store breakfast, let's go. Pull in there, you get the little rice balls, get your little coffee, maybe some of the little chicken there. Man, they got like little chicken cutlets in the convenience store. It was pretty good.
It actually tasted like chicken.
It actually tasted like chicken. It was It was actual chicken breast. It wasn't molded into fun little shapes.
It wasn't like the Campbell's guy. It was like, yeah, no, it's 3D printed in the soup.
No, it was
3D printed meat.
real chicken, real cheap. I was like, delicious. Beats Wendy's. Cheaper than Wendy's. Well, it's better. I was like,
What about your Airbnbs and the places you stayed at?
oh, so the lodging. Yeah, no, we did a lot of Airbnbs there. There were plenty of options. Depending on where you stayed, though. Like we were traveling all around the country. When we were in the southern part over in Osaka, the Airbnb we were in there for like 5 days. It was like $300 a piece, and there's two of us, so it was like $600 for like 5 days in this Airbnb.
Was the inside of the room like different from like a regular Airbnb? Like was the furniture different? Was the layout different? Like how big was it?
So the first one we stayed in looked more like a traditional Japanese house. Like it had like the tatami floors. Man, it was small though. And that's why it was a little cheap. It was small. Like
Memes where it's like the hotel rooms are like just enough space for the bed and that's it.
we didn't stay in one of those.
Oh, okay.
Some of those are real cheap. Those would be like $5 a night. And I was like, no, I'm good. I don't want to sleep out somewhere where someone's going to come by and like tickle my toes in the middle of the night. Be like, It was cool. It was classic, but it was, real small. It had the tatami floors, 2 beds. The dining area was just like block, like table on the floor, chairs on the floor, not like chairs with these legs right here.
Oh wow.
Or I was like, man, I can't do that. My legs don't bend like that no more. I haven't set crisscross applesauce since elementary school, and I can't do it now.
Yeah, I can only probably sit like that for like maybe 20 or 30 minutes, and then after that, my feet are asleep and everything's just hurting.
Y'all are still in y'all's 20s. What do you mean?
Well, it's not even. Oh man, when we were like earlier, like
I thought he was 40. Okay, I thought you were going to say something, but yeah, nah, really cool. It was a more of a classic spot, and it's cool staying in the Airbnbs in like another country because then you're like living in the neighborhood where people live. It's not like
in a hotel where like the areas, like surrounding areas, like touristy stuff.
exactly like you go to the hotel and then all around it is like shops, like oh, go to Louis Vuitton. It's like Louis Vuitton in America. I don't need a Louis Vuitton across the sea. It's the same thing.
Well, yeah, but I don't understand that kind of mindset though. It's like when you go on a vacation, they're like, "Oh, what do you want to go eat?" And you're like, "Oh, let's go get some fast food or something like that." And I'm like, "What's the point?" Like,
I want to go get Burger King.
yeah. Well, in Japan it'll be different though. Like their menu items are different, so I'd probably be curious. But like it,
Whenever I've traveled, if it's out of the country, if there's like a McDonald's, I'll try to see if they have like those like special menu items,
right?
and just to go try that one.
Well, it's like it was like in Japan they had like the squid ink, like whatever they did
to make the burger bun black.
Yeah, but I mean, one that, and then the other thing is too is that they like the more heavy regulations on what they do to their food. So I was like, it probably tastes like totally different than what we have here in the U.S. So that's like another thing I'd be curious about.
We did actually go to a Shake Shack while we were there. Like one of the meals, we were like, all right, let's get something that they got in America. Let's go to a Shake Shack. We went to Shake Shack. I was like, U.S. Shake Shack's better.
Oh, it wasn't bussin'.
It wasn't bussin'. It was right. It wasn't bad, but I was like, no, it don't hit the same like Shake Shack back home hits.
Probably doesn't have those like salt preservatives and stuff that they put in the meat.
Yeah, not salted to high heaven.
Yeah.
Arteries weren't closing.
The bad thing about it, when you start looking into the nutritional value of some of the foods, you're like, I'm just consuming almost my like day's worth of calories in this one meal.
Don't do it. Yeah, it's bad.
Going back, okay, so you're lodging, but what about like all the little spots that you hit up?
So, main highlights in Osaka, we went to Universal Studios for a day. Pretty cool, bunch of different rides. Oh man, we all looked. That was no, we went to Universal Studios, and it was pretty cool. It was different. They had a bunch of different rides out there. A lot of different like anime themed, Pokemon themed stuff. So it was pretty cool seeing all that. We went to some of the big towns, eating areas around there, like a Dotonbori. It's like a riverside, not a plaza, but just like bunch of stores, bunch of places to eat. Oh, there was so much food.
Besides Osaka, what was the other cities you visited?
So the other city down there we went to was Kyoto, and that one is old Japan. Like all the buildings are some of the older, not all of them, but like there's a district where they have a lot of the older original buildings.
Like a historic district here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was really cool to see because there's like a bunch of buildings, hundreds of years old, pagodas, like these really, I don't know what they're for. I should have looked that up. These really tall buildings that just been
I'll
there for a
edit it
while.
in there what a pagoda is used for.
Yeah, we're gonna put it right here. There's a picture of a pagoda that I saw. It was really neat. You can see down this whole street, like all these old buildings, and the pagoda lines up in the middle, real nice. Granted, it's such a nice shot that tourists were like, we were there at like 10 o'clock at night because we got sidetracked. We got side quested earlier that day. We went to a temple, the Inari Temple, which is at like the foot of this mountain, and they're like, yeah, it's got like thousands of these torii gates, which are these big orange gates, and it's like, yeah, there's like thousands of them all along this trail up through the mountain. And they said, some people will make pilgrimages and walk through them all and whatnot. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So we walked around and we checked it out. We looked at some of the buildings and some of the gates, and we got like partway up the mountain, and we were like, looked at each other and we said, let's just go all the way.
We're halfway here.
And then we spent most of the day going all the way up the mountain and then all the way down. Man, look at all these pictures of these gates. Oh, we're going to put them right here. Wow, look at them all.
I'll splice them in.
Good job, Max. Man, I don't know how you do it getting those up.
It's just pure editing.
Man, look, it's just a bunch of different ones. It's crazy. And yeah, while we're out there, there's a lot of tourists out there. Even though it was off season, there's still a lot of folks. And it was interesting because I didn't think about it until I started talking to some folks. Like, we met a couple of Americans, and they're like, yeah, no, it's a lot of Europeans out here. Because like, you'll see folks, I'm like, oh, hey, look, a white person. It's like, yeah, they don't speak English, buddy. It's like they're speaking German, Italian, something. It's like they're not American. And so we met a few of the elusive Americans, and one fella from who was Dutch. And we hung out with him for a little bit, and he was like, hey, I've been here a few years ago. There's this cool spot that's off the beaten path. Not too many people know about it, and they got some cool stuff down there. And we were like,
Don't cross the Rickety Bridge.
Don't go beyond the rickety bridge.
So we followed him. We went down and we went off to a different side trail where, like I said,
So you follow this random man.
yes, we followed this random Dutch man.
Perfect.
And two other American fellas. So we were like, yeah, let's go check it out. And we went down there. Yeah, no, sure enough, it's like this really old, really old shrines. Like, compared to everything else that was there, these were like really old, because like the torii gates, they had these like built out of stone, and there weren't any of the newer orange maintained ones. It was like, man, this is crazy. And we were down there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, she remembers. If you look up next to her, you can see some of the pictures of the old ones, the stones. Man, those are pretty cool. That, and then I want to say that same day we went, had some Wagyu, delicious. Didn't have to pay out the nose for it because they're like, yeah, man, Wagyu, it's right down the way. We got the cow, got it, boom.
What was the style in the restaurant? Was it like hibachi, like a regular restaurant?
That's another thing. Their restaurants is different. It was really cool. So, like, I don't know if I sent you a picture. I can. Sure. Here's a picture of the outside of the restaurant. Hafu, very nice. I would highly recommend. Delicious. We went in, lobby area was really small, but then like just straight to your left, there's like this long bar, and the kitchen is just right there. And so you'd sit at the bar and, you watch the people cook the food for you. They're not like facing you. They're like facing away from you because all the stoves and whatnot. They're cooking and moving around and making stuff. And then further off into the back, they had some tables in case you had like a party you were dining with. But I was there with one other person, so we just pulled up to the bar and got served our meal.
We'll call him Jerry for intents and purposes.
Oh yeah, with Jerry.
Yeah, but Jerry.
And yeah, no, we sat there and it was like a 3-course meal, 3 different kinds of Wagyu steak. I was like, this is crazy. I was beefed out.
Was it like a 6-8 ounce steak, or was it like slivers?
Man, it was great. So one of them was like slivers, and it was, I don't know why. It was served cold. Like
And it's stone cold.
they were doing it or what the deal was, but it was still pretty good. Served cold with some sauces. I'll send you some pictures. They'll be somewhere around here.
For editing Max later in the day.
Yeah, Max has got this. What was it? There was the slivers one, and then we did have like they were like, yeah, we have, you know, you can get the sirloin or you can get like the fillet. And I was like, man, I'm already here. I'll get the fillet. And it was like, yeah, what's the upcharge on that? And it's like, oh yeah, 500 yen, which is like, if it was even, would it be $5? But because we got the US buff, it was like, yeah, $2. I was like,
That's crazy.
yeah, I was like, yeah, man, hook me up. I was like, I'll do it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much a Wagyu steak will cost here, if it even is like actual qualified like Wagyu, but I mean,
Dude, Wagyu's so expensive over here.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll beat the brakes off you. Like I want to say it was 3 different cuts of meat we had. Right. One of them was brisket. It was like a Wagyu brisket. And it was like in this little bowl. It was in this bowl right here, real little, and just had this sauce on it. Delicious. Meal? It was like $60.
wow.
3-course meal.
Would you say the so like on a range of like 1 to 5, like for like rating like how like honest of a restaurant is, where would you put it?
It's weird. Like I haven't been like that wasn't even like one of the nicest spots you could go to. Like
Like you didn't have to dress up for it, like they didn't have a dress code.
no, didn't have to dress up for it. And like when we were looking for places to go and eat and we were checking like reviews and whatnot and how they go and get reservations and whatnot, this was like one of like mid-tier places.
Oh wow.
So like I guess there they would say, yeah, it's like a 2.5. But I was like, no, it's pretty nice. I'd say it's like a 3.5, maybe a 4, but like yeah. So like there wasn't a dress code, but it was really nice inside because there's not like a whole lot of land there to have. It's not like big and spacious because like I think of a nice restaurant here, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, it's a huge dining room and atmospheric lighting and whatnot. But yeah, no, it was really good. It was really cool. Yeah, it's probably atmosphere. It's just a small building, but I'd say it was still nice.
What about the sushi and ramen? Did you get any of that?
Sushi ramen. So after that, we went back to Tokyo. In Tokyo, we get some sushi and ramen. The ramen, I thought it was pretty good. I will say the ramen I've had here, I think it held up pretty well. Yeah, I was like, no, it's pretty good.
So it's close enough.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty close enough.
Okay.
Like
It's good actually.
it wasn't like, you know, this is a you know, immaculate ramen establishment. It was like, no, man, this is hop in, get some ramen, hop out, you know, like ain't nobody really sweating it that much.
I feel like to them it's more about how the atmosphere and presentation of the food is too, compared to here when it comes to certain restaurants and stuff. So I feel like that's another thing that you're kind of like getting the more authentic feel to it.
Seen some of those like videos where it's like they go in, it's just like a little single seating area and you're just sitting there with like your ramen and stuff like they serve you like through the table, yeah, like through the little wall and stuff.
Oh, that's one of the chains. We didn't go there. But yeah, that's like one of the chains where like there was one restaurant we went to that worked kind of like that, where before you go in, there's like a machine and you'll place your order there and you'll pay there and it'll print out a ticket for you and you'll go in and have a seat and then someone will come and take your ticket. And like since you ordered it, already getting made in the back, and once it's ready, they just bring it to you. So I mean that was pretty cool. But yeah, that one chain you're talking about, yeah, it's like that. You'll order outside and you'll pull up and there's like a little curtain. You'll hand the ticket to the guy and he'll be like, all right, this is you. And then whenever your food's ready, they'll push it through the curtain, close it, and be like, yeah, you know, chill out by yourself, do what you want to do.
There you go.
How were the people there in Japan? Like,
Kept to themselves.
did you converse with anybody?
We conversed with,
Finally get to use your Duolingo Japanese.
no,
Oh.
I didn't. That was
How long were you studying Japanese on Duolingo?
crazy. For like about a year and a half, I was sitting there looking at it and I was studying it. And I was like, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be able to hold my own. We went into the first restaurant to get breakfast. I was like, all right, here we go. Time to put this Nihongo to the test. I went in there, I looked at the menu, I was like, oh yeah, can I have one of these in Japanese? And the lady, she just like, she didn't have a look or anything on her face, but like, she was like, No, just hit me with English.
Aw.
She was like, "Hey, you want nice coffee? One iced coffee?" And I was like, "Yeah, one iced coffee." And then one of the salmon toast. And they're like, "Oh, yep, okay, we can do that." And they're like, "Cash your card?" And I was like, "Card." And I was like, "Well, there goes the immersion."
How long was your streak on Duolingo?
Yeah, it's like a year and a half. It was like 500 something days.
Yep. all down the drain.
All down the drain. The one good thing, I could read the signage around. So like when I'm going through like the train stations or trying to figure out where I want to go, I could read that. And whenever the like when you're on the train as it's going stop to stop, it'll tell you like, oh yeah, the next station is Shinjuku Station, exit on your left. They'd say it in Japanese, and I'd be like, oh yeah, that's I heard you. It's on the left. Okay, so step away from those doors because I'm not getting off here. And then also just reading stuff. I could read it. I could be like, oh yeah, I know that word.
Would you say the Duolingo actually did help though?
Yeah.
Sponsor us, Duolingo. Please.
Yeah, no, it was good for reading. But the ramen was good. Sushi was excellent, immaculate. That was one of those spots where like we did a reservation and went in, and I think that one was like, yeah, $70.
Oh, so that was, you would say, was like the most high end restaurant you went to was the sushi place.
And that's the strange thing about it. Like, it's so weird going in there because the country's so small and Tokyo's so like compact. There's not like a lot of room. Like here you go to a restaurant and it's like, yeah, go out there, it's your big, 2,000 square foot restaurant. They got all your tables and whatnot. Here it's like, no, you got these buildings that are like 10, 12 stories high. And it's like, yeah, the first story has got like two like buildings, rooms, businesses in it. And it's like two businesses a floor. It's like the sushi spot we went to, again, it was like mid-tier among their stuff. We went there and it was like on the 5th floor of this building. So we hop in an elevator, go into this room. And as far as we could see, it was only the dining room. Like there was like a coat rack, a place for us to put our bags. And then it was just the counter, like a L-shaped counter against the wall where me and my friend sat.
And Jerry.
Me and Jerry sat. And then there was 3 other people sitting there with us. Like it was only big enough for 5 people. And it was a guy behind the counter preparing the sushi. And it wasn't like, oh, I'll take one of these and one of those. It was like, no. He'll let you know. Like he'll give you the food. Like, all he's going to ask though is like, allergies? No. Are you good with wasabi? Yeah. All right, cool. I got you. And so he's back there, he's slicing up the fish and he's putting it on the rice and the whole thing. We're just in the watch him go. And I'm like, man, this is so cool. And he'd just be like, here you go. Here you go. It was pretty good. There was all kinds of fish. I don't remember it all.
You have the pictures too, right?
Yeah, I got the pictures. There's some there. And
I just want to. Was this the one where Jerry had the pufferfish balls?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a funny story. It was just like,
so we were there, and the other 3 people, one of them was a guy from Florida, and he'd been living in Japan for like 3 or 4 years, so he was fluent. And he was there with his parents, and so at first the sushi chef was like, "Oh yes, this is what would we call it? A trout?" I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Buddy came in. And he walked in, he hit him with the Japanese greeting, and he's like, "Oh, Nihongo?" He's like, "Yeah." And they started speaking Japanese. And so the guy was like, "No, I'll talk to him, tell him what it is in Japanese, and then he can let y'all know." The sushi chef kind of just stopped talking to us. And we were talking with this guy, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, this is this is that." And he put it on the plate, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. That looks interesting." And the guy's like, "Oh, yeah, this is fugu fish. They don't have testicles, but this is where that stuff is."
they're what is it? Sexual organs.
Yeah, and I was like,
Pause.
and I was sitting there like, man, like 3 or 4 pieces before that, I was like, man, I'm starting to get wore out too. So I'm sitting here slowing down. You're seeing pictures. Oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, one fish. Oh, there's 2 on this plate now. Oh, another 2 on this plate. Oh, now there's 3 on this plate. I'm slowing down. I'm like, man, this guy's just like, here's fish. Here's some more fish. Here's a bowl of stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God. Put that out. And I was like, man, I'm already kind of sitting here. And I'm like, now you're talking about this. I don't know if I want all this. Jerry was like, oh man, I got this. Chopsticks out. I was like,
All you, bud.
That's all. You know, that's all you, man.
If he didn't tell you what it was, would you have at least tried it?
If I didn't know what it was, I was probably just gonna put it in my mouth, and I'd have been like, "Huh, interesting."
Salty balls.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, honestly, like when in Rome, I would probably try anything.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't draw a line on certain foods. I mean, like in our like Persian cuisine, we had some crazy there.
Balls.
Not balls, but like there's this like one like kind of like stew that we make where it's got like cow's tongue and like
Cow's tongue is good, man. It's tender.
I'm just not used to it.
My mom recently has been making like soups, and one of the soups it's like chicken feet, like the feet,
Yeah.
nail, and I was just like, no, I'm good.
Eat the nail.
Well, yeah, just like the whole like what is part of this?
Like you eat the leg?
Yeah, I get. I'm never. Anytime she makes it, I'm like, that's all you, sis. Like,
I mean, like that's just bones, right?
yeah. Well, I mean, you know, but go dry.
There's
It gets
some meat
sucking-
on
It
it.
gets sucking the bone. I mean, there's some skin. Maybe that gets like crispy.
I don't know if it's collagen. I don't know what it is.
You think? Well, I think it's like how they make like broth or something like that, where you put like just like the scraps of like chicken in there. I feel like it's the same thing. Like it's just got like a different flavor profile. But
You know what? Next time she makes it, I'll bring y'all some.
if I'm gonna eat it though,
Again, I wouldn't be hurt by that either.
But it's probably fine with the soup. I'm not sure if I'm eating the food. Like I'm going, oh look at this too.
also for that stew that we make, it's not just cow tongue, and there's like a bunch of stuff in there. I just don't want to like misquote and say something that's wrong. But I remember one time like they were like stirring it and they had like the intact like rest of the skeleton of like a goat and still had like the meat and eyeballs in it. And so like I was a kid and I was like, can I play with this? And they're like, yeah, sure. And my mom like told me that like when my uncle was about my age or a little bit older, he would like bury those bones in the backyard and like tell the neighborhood kids around him these are dinosaur bones and like charge them money for it.
Nice.
Bought himself like one of those like Game Boys or something when he was doing that too. I was just like launching a maneuver over here.
Pretty slick.
Going back, besides the food, what was the bullet train like?
It was like being on a plane. It was fast. Just looked out the window. Being in a plane, except you can see the buildings around you. So like you can watch the countryside go by. You can see the mountains. You can see like the different towns and cities you're flying by.
How did y'all? So going on transportation, did y'all drive, walk, the bus?
Walked, train, and bus.
Oh, okay. So how was the public transportation over there compared to here?
Sensational. It was clean. It was efficient. Fast.
No bums.
No bums. I had my little pass, my Suica card. You just walk onto a bus. Done. Ride it till you're stopped. You hit the button, hop off.
Did you acquire that while you were there? Did you preemptively get it before you left here?
You get it at the airport. Like you go to the airport, you hop off the plane, you handle your luggage, whatever you're going to do, and then you go over to a counter and you can get a new card so you can start beeping through. But if you have an iPhone, you can get on your phone and just scan your phone.
So for your experience for that, would you say it was easy to basically get all that?
Oh yeah.
Like, did it take any research for you, or was it just kind of like go as you?
I did research to figure out what I would need ahead of time. So I had a checklist in my head. I was like, all right, I need the train card. I need to get my luggage delivery set up because I didn't want to take a big old suitcase on the train with all the people. And, figure out where we're going to stay. And that was it. So it was like I got off the plane, got the luggage, took it to the people because you can have them deliver luggage to different. If you're at a hotel, you can have them deliver it to the hotel, or you can have them deliver it to different offices, around the country. And usually they'll do next day if you show up early enough. Like even like from Osaka to Tokyo, which is pretty far, they did it like the next day. The bags were there.
Yeah, I think we were touching on that before the podcast started, and I think that's a pretty cool service that they do because then you don't have to worry about your luggage either. It's like someone takes it for you, and then you just enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah, like you hop off the plane, give them the luggage, and you're like, all right, now I can do whatever I want. Get to the hotel or you get to the Airbnb, have one change of clothes in my bag, and I know my luggage is going to be there the next day, or it's going to be nearby for me to pick up.
Do they do the same thing, bringing it back to the airport from the hotel, or?
You can do that. There, they said they needed like 2 days advanced to get it to the airport. We didn't do that.
That
So we
sounds a
took-
little bit more like, you know,
I was like
chance
iffy
of
on that.
error.
Yeah, I was like, if something goes wrong, I'm gonna be upset because all my souvenirs and clothes are gonna be left here.
Yeah, that's honestly the worst is when you come back from a trip or you're still traveling, like from a connecting flight and they lose your luggage.
Yeah, so no, we went to the airport the morning we left. Like first thing in the morning, we went there, checked the bags, and then left and did whatever for the rest of the day we had, which was pretty cool. I was like, man, check the bag at like 9 a.m. Night was at 6.
Yeah.
So overall, what'd you think of your trip? Was there any like bad parts of it or would things you wouldn't do again?
It's phenomenal. I would probably spend less time in Tokyo, more time in Osaka and Kyoto. I feel like they were more different from the US than Tokyo was. Like there were definitely some cool spots in Tokyo, but I feel like I was like, man, I wish I had another day or two in Osaka or Kyoto to do more stuff around there. But there was nothing I did that I was like, man, this sucks.
I was just disappointed to hear you didn't do the Mario Kart experience out in the streets.
No. No.
That's something I would love to do going to Japan.
Saw them people on the go-karts. I was like, ugh.
I might post some videos on there for people that don't know about it.
Yeah,
'cause
no,
we've
people-
talked about it for a little bit, but
They'll pay for like a tour guide thing where there will be a guy in a go-kart and everyone else gets go-karts and they drive through the public streets. And I'm like, y'all are menaces. I would be pissed off if I was going to work one morning and there was some dude with like 8 go-karts behind him going 20. And I'm like, bro, I'm trying to get to work. I'm trying to pick up my kids. I'm trying to do something. I'm living my life. And I got 8 jackasses in a go-kart. So they dress up in little Mario hats. I'm
Exactly, the Mario.
mad.
I would pick the Yoshi hat.
well, yeah, they honestly like they probably should have that separately, like have their own little track for it or something. Not on the public road.
Crazy. They have a whole ride at Universal Studios. Yeah, pros. Food's cheap. Entertainment's cheap. There's a lot to do. You know, plan out some of the stuff you want to do. You know, two or three things every day, and you know, kind of figure out. You know, morning, afternoon, evening. Plenty to do. Find some stuff to do. It's fun. There's a lot to see. It's cheap to get around. Cons. We walk on a lot. Get some good shoes and get in okay enough shape.
I feel like anywhere outside of the U.S., you might as well be prepared to be moving more, taking more public transportation, just because like we're honestly the only country that operates the way that we do.
Some people heavier, man. They're out there.
Breathing.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, are you okay? And they're just like, I'm gonna make it. And I'm like, bro, it's 11 o'clock. It's 11 a.m. Your day just started. You haven't even started walking. And they're like, huh. I'm like, that's tough. Or like I hop on the train and people come in bags and they got like 2 or 3 suitcases, like a person, and there's like 4 of them, and they're like trying to fit in there. And I'm like, couldn't be me. Like just me and my bag.
Skill issue.
Yeah, they're like trying to squeeze on this train. You know, the train's starting and stopping, their luggage is sliding. They're like, oh my God. And I'm like, man, that's so uncomfortable. Going back, that's going to be the next trip.
Oh, so that would be like to follow up with that. So like for future like vacation plans, you would just go back there.
Oh, I'd be trying to go back. Yeah. See more, do more.
So you definitely recommend that to the audience.
I would recommend it. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. If you ever have a reason or wanting a inkling to want to go to Japan, I guess you know, take this video to heart.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it. What other places do you want to go to besides Japan? US included too.
Yeah, just anywhere. Just like let's say your next vacation plan. What would it be?
The very next vacation plan. I think right now, I think I already got it on the books. I'm going to go to California. I'm going to go to the Anime Expo.
California.
California AA. I'm going to watch all the people dress up.
We're in California.
LA.
Oh, LA. Okay.
Smack dab in LA.
Will you let us know if it's a player over there still?
It is.
It is.
It is.
Oh, there you
No,
go.
I was there like a year and a half ago. It is. No,
Not to bash any LA people. I'm just going off of what the information is being provided.
no, LA sucks.
Yeah, I've
LA
never
sucks.
been.
If you're not making like $400,000 a year, LA sucks.
Direct.
Yeah, get wrecked. And then if you are, you're like, oh yeah, it's nice in my pocket. And then you go to leave your pocket and you're like, this place sucks. This is dirty. I might get shot out here. And then people are looking at you like, look at this guy living his best life out here, making all this money.
I'm gonna go stab him.
I'm gonna go stab him. Yeah. Call me Luigi. I ain't talking about Mario Brothers.
Well, that's all the LA people come here to Texas too.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Wow, I can get a cup of coffee and it's not $8. Gas isn't $6 a gallon. I can afford to live. This is crazy."
We're headed there.
No, I got gas yesterday. The thing is $2.44, baby. I was like, "Oh,
Finally.
yeah." So no way, Jose. I ain't going out there unless I'm making a lot of money, like just ludicrous amount of money. But then again, it feels bad because yeah, you're out in the street and you see people struggling, and you're like, "Hey, stuff."
I mean, yeah, we're not that far away from it too, honestly.
Yeah, but I don't. Well, yeah, no, I don't see it too much in Dallas.
What, the homeless population?
Yeah, like whenever I go to Dallas to go do something, I'm not like, "Oh my gosh, look at all the homeless."
This is like completely off topic, like, but yeah, no, I mean, like when I'm driving on 75, right where 75 and 635 is underneath the 5 bridge, that's the one. Like, there's a whole dedicated camp to it now.
Well, yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Just because you go under, like you go past up, like, but if you take the access road, like on going to Coit or something like that, where that rad law firm is, there's like a little like downslope where it's just grass underneath this bridge, and it's just like it's everywhere.
Hmm.
But they do clean it up from time to time. But I mean, they just come right back up and post up there again. But like that's like one of the ones that I've noticed that's kind of growing. And then right like where nearby Harry Hines or Mockingbird, like there's another like couple of homeless little camps underneath the bridges. Like there was this one dude that had like a motorbike down there, and I was like, oh, it's 100% stolen.
Oh.
Like I just saw that showing on its own, like on top of like one of the little things on the bridge, and I'm like, oh yeah, just remove this.
Hmm.
Anyways, Sandra, it is your turn. Tell us a little bit about your favorite vacation destination.
I had quite a few, but I finally narrowed it down to the one because I even got a tattoo because of this trip.
Can you show the tattoo? Is it visible?
Yes, it is. It's on my forearm. It says Pura Vida. I actually originally wanted it on the back side of my arm, but the tattoo lady that did it convinced me to do it on the front. I actually don't regret that at all because, like, I like to take 0.5 pictures whenever I'm like taking pictures with friends, and you can always see it. I don't know.
no, that's pretty cool.
And so I think that's pretty cool, and I just really like the
I was gonna
placement
say,
of
if
it.
you put it on your tricep, like it's like no one's gonna see it.
Yeah, so I mean, well, I didn't want it to be that visible, but she was like, "No, I think you should do it here," and she talked me into it, and so
How old were you when you went there?
ooh,
Like how long ago was that? I should say actually.
this was 2 years ago, I think. Oh, was it maybe last summer, maybe or the summer before that? So my friend, the reason why we went was actually because we had a friend that was down there in Costa Rica, living there for some time. She was doing project with the Peace Corps, and so she was with the locals, and she stayed with the host family, and
I didn't know there was still a thing, honestly.
um. But she's back now. But at the time, she had extended that invitation to like the friend group, like who all could go. And so me and my other friend, we decided to go and visit her. And so we stayed on a budget. I can't for certain say how much we spent, but I can't imagine that we spent more than $2,000 like each. The flights, I think we did pretty cheap flights with American, and then
Do you remember how much the flight was? Like if you were to guesstimate?
maybe like $200-300. It was not that expensive. It was
Ow.
not that expensive round trip. Like it was a very 4 hour flight, 4 or 5 hour flight. If I remember correctly, it was not long.
Yeah, it's not terribly
It's
far
not. It's not terribly far from here. Like I mean, it's just a little bit further down south.
across the Gulf.
Gulf of America.
Is Caribbean Sea. Well, we did land in their main city, San Jose. And that's where we spent the first initial night. And even from like landing, because we did rent a car, the people that we rented a car from, if people ever go, like I can also share that information because I think their services were really, really nice. Like from the get go, they were like very.
This was a rental agency.
Is it like Enterprise or something? Or
No. It was like a local thing. Like I connected with them on WhatsApp. No, they were very accommodating because our flight landed pretty late at night. I want to say we got there around maybe 11 p.m. And the guy went and picked us up from the airport, drove us to like the agency. We signed the papers and everything. And that's when we first started to hear the whole Pura Vida stuff. So like I was telling you before, they don't say goodbye or hello like as a saying, they just say Pura Vida, and that's kind of like they're saying. It's just like to me, it was like a very beautiful thing because like the country itself was gorgeous, and the people were just so humble and very sweet with like the tourists. I hope that we also spoke Spanish, of course, but like I think they were just very kind people in general, and it just felt very relaxed. Like no care in the world, almost like. I mean, obviously they have like their own like struggles too, you know, economic wise, but I think everybody's just like so content with the idea of just living life and just like, you know, enjoying their life with their family. And I think that was just like the feeling of the country. It was very familial. And so it never felt like we weren't being welcomed into their country, you know. We stayed in only Airbnbs. That first night, we stayed at an Airbnb in San Jose. That was it. Like, we didn't spend too much time in the main city just because, like, again, our friend was like, "Nah, there's better places to see around here." And so we took that car, and I did most of the driving. I think I did include a little clip at some point of us driving.
I might put that in. We'll see.
Where would you put it if you would?
Over here, my bad.
Well, I don't put it in a specific spot on the screen. I just kind of like put it as a whole screen, but I might play around with it a little bit just to be like, you know, wherever you put your hand, I'm trying to put it on there. But, you know, it just depends on how I'm feeling when I'm editing.
But yeah, so our first stop was we drove up north west to like La Fortuna, and we went to a couple of national parks there. It was two volcano parks. The main one was Volcán Arenal, and then the other one was National Park Venado, and both of them were beautiful. I mean, Volcán Arenal, unfortunately, we could see it on the drive. Unfortunately, the clouds just kind of didn't light up, and so we didn't get to see the full volcano. But the hikes and everything that we got to go on. Granted, I would love to have been in better shape. I think both my friend and I that were visiting were like, "We're stairs." And we're like, "Gosh." Like okay, each time we were like, "Are we almost there yet?" And again, my friend that was already in Costa Rica, I mean, she was just zooming past us, like just already all the way up there. And we're like, "Can you wait for us, please?" And so, I mean, it was all very beautiful.
Fitness is key for traveling.
Yes, I very much so. And so,
Get on the Stairmaster.
yes, on the same.
Don't have to run. Just walk.
Yes, there is a picture that I did include where I'm like pointing up to some stairs because we had climbed down all these stairs to get to this very beautiful waterfall, and you can swim in it too. And so, like, you know, everybody kind of like, you know, hikes all of the trail, goes and sees like the blue waters, the fluorescent blue waters, and hike back to come down these stairs to go to the waterfall. That's where people are just like hanging out, and relaxing and stuff. And then, you know, once you're ready to go back upstairs, now you're suffering the consequences, and it's a lot of stairs. Like, I mean, by the end of this trip, I think we were like, yeah, in the gym when we get home, you know, like it was just like I think that was an eye opener for both of us. We're like, yeah, if we want to stay fit, we definitely got to put in some work. But it was really fun to go to those national parks, and it was definitely more of a nature trip for us. Spent a lot of time just kind of relaxing and going. When we were in La Fortuna, we went to their square too, and it's very just like to me, it almost reminded me of some of like the more local places like Mexico and stuff like that, where it's just like it's a park, and like there's a water fountain in the middle, and it's just like a square, and then you know people are just like hanging out, living, and then it was funny because there was this one guy that tried to hit on us while we were at the supermarket, and then later on we like ran into him again at the square. So it's like you know the same people just kind of start showing up over and over again in these
It's
areas.
following you.
Find anybody at the square? Was there with a girl, or were you like, he's still out there alone? He's like, dang it.
No, yeah, he was still out there just like hanging out alone, and I think that was like also something silly because we kept bumping into like the same people. But
I don't believe in coincidences. They were trying to follow you.
oh no, I think they were just no, I don't think so. I mean, because it was like in two different
No,
spots.
I've seen those movies where they're like, oh yeah, no, we're gonna just like tell these people, and then have a one great night at a club, and then you wake up in a bathtub and your kidney's gone.
And no, see, we weren't doing any of that stuff
Dang.
either, though. Like, I think this was very much like just a nature trip, enjoying the beach too, because that was our next spot where we hit up. At some point, we did drive to where my friend was with her host family, and we kind of stopped by and like said hello, and they were very welcoming. Provided with some refreshments and kind of showed us like their like street and stuff, and it's really cool because like it's like everybody who lives on that street was like the same family, just like aunt lived there, cousin lived down the street, so it was like it was really nice,
Yeah,
like
that's pretty
really
cool.
cool.
If you like your family like that.
Yeah.
I was about to say, can you imagine those family reunions? They're like, oh, you're gonna come home, Tom? I'm like, no, I'm not feeling it. And they just go to your house because it's like 2 houses down.
So you're gonna be every weekend.
Yeah, basically.
So yeah, that was really fun. Then our next big stop was, like I said, I think one was the main city that's off the coast, but we were a little bit further down south of that, and it was called Salamanca. I think that's how you pronounce that. And there, my friend that we went to visit. She was like, I thought we were done with the hiking, but no, we were still hiking, and then we were trying to. There's still more. There was a cave that we really wanted to go explore, but because the tides were so high up, we were like, it's probably not safe.
Oh, water's like going in the cave.
Yeah. So we ended up having to come on back. Those last couple of days, the Airbnb that we stayed at was really nice. Like, the guy was also very like lived in the house above it, and so he was like readily for us like if we needed anything. Oh yeah, the beach was so nice. We were really excited because we got to eat some churros on the beach. We just got to enjoy like living on the beach. And there is another clip photos that I did include, like of the beach view and stuff, and like videos of like they're just like playing the drums, they're playing some like live music and stuff, and it just felt very peaceful.
Yeah, it's like a vibe. You're chilling out.
Yeah, just a very like calm vibe. Like it honestly felt like sometimes like there's people that say you need a vacation after your vacation. I think this was one of those trips where I truly just felt rested, and the way that we tackled it too, the way that we like planned going to like the national parks first and then ending in the beach. I think that was really nice because it was like all the excruciating walks and hikes and stuff, and then kind of ending it off on like a nice little sweet note by the Caribbean Sea. So very, very fun trip. And again, there is one photo that I did also include, and it's just a photo of a bench. And it says it's in Spanish, and it says El tiempo no es oro, el tiempo no es oro, el oro no vale nada, el tiempo es vida, which basically means time isn't gold isn't worth anything, time is life. And so like I think that just like really like explained, the way that they see life and how they kind of live their everyday life. They're just,
Public benches there have fortune cookies. Public benches here is just someone dead.
yeah.
Commemorating someone's death and be like, so and so Rosa Parks bench. Like, oh, nice.
And then so finally on our last day when we were back to, the main city, San Jose, the flight was still kind of in the afternoon. And so we still had the morning to kill, but we just didn't really want to go anywhere. So we kind of just rented an Airbnb just for the day, just like last minute, something cheap just to kind of like lay our heads, take a nap. But then at the same time, we were like, tattoo shop. We got time to kill. So I like quickly Googled a couple of like locations nearby, and I again WhatsApped the girl, and I was like, hey, like, would you take like walk-ins last minute, like if we were to show up? And she was like, yeah, like just depends on how big or what you're looking for. And so I got this tattoo, and I think my friend just got like a small little astrological related star design behind her ear. And so I think it was a very tender, very sweet trip for us. Would love to go back. 10 out of 10 would love to go back. And recently a friend of mine actually did like show me like that they do this like wellness excursion or something like that, where it's like a week or 2 week thing where it's very fitness oriented, very like wellness, like health and stuff. And they kind of she kind of showed me that recently, and we were thinking about maybe going back and doing that. So yeah, Costa Rica, loved it. Would love to go back.
Besides I guess the physical demand that it had on you, what other cons were there?
Cons, just there wasn't a lot of places to make pit stops, and the only reason why I bring this up, and because my friend, so they're big on lychees. I can't remember how they're pronounced in Spanish and how they say it down there, but lychees are like they're very popular fruit, and it's so cheap to get like a pound bag of those. And we were just going ham during these road trips, right? Like going in on them, and I don't know if it has some sort of like properties in it that would just make you go to the restroom because my
It's got
That's
a lot
called
of fiber.
fiber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got a lot of fiber in
So-
that.
We don't have a lot of that around here.
Nope.
So my friend in the back seat was like, restroom, and I needed
Oh,
and so like I think we were struggling for a good minute, like we trying to Google like a restaurant or something, or like a restaurant or store or something to find. Yeah, that was the we're like you hold it. So yeah, no, I know she was sweating in the back seat. But yeah, I think overall, I think that was just like the driving part too, because I think I drove the whole way and I didn't mind it at all. I actually really love it. But the only thing that sucked was just when it came to the bridges, because those were a little sketchy to kind of cross, and there was like a lot of twists and turns. Oh, it was the most
Scenic.
yeah, because it was just a lot of greenery everywhere, but it was wet that day. It had just rained. There was a lot of twists and turns. Yeah, that was the only time that I was just like locked in. Like I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
we gotta be careful. And then the most locked in, and then the bridges too, because bridges are pretty slim, and so it's only one car at a time,
Mm.
and so it's like you can't have two cars crossing. So it's like this car is coming, and then you wait for them to fully cross, and then you go. And so
that's scary.
yeah, no, yeah. Yeah. So that was like the only part where I was like, alright, alright. I mean,
Here we-
yeah. But I mean, the car that we rented wasn't too bad. It didn't cause any problems for us.
Car was it like a regular?
It was just a regular SUV. Nothing too fancy, crazy. Like, I mean, they have regular American cars. Actually, we saw a Carrollton ISD school bus, like a U.S. school bus down there. I'm like,
Probably donated it,
Well, not so.
or they decommissioned it and they just brought it over there.
I'll say a little background into what schools do with their old stuff. They'll usually put it up to auction, and anyone can pull up and buy it. So if you check out your local schools, like whole district's website, it might be like, "Hey, we've got an auction. You can buy all kinds of stuff: music instruments, school buses, furniture,
You can use a school bus.
maybe a short bus."
overall, really great trip. I think that was probably the biggest con, was just the like some of the driving was a little concerning, but not really. I wouldn't even really consider that a con.
How was the food? Like, what style of food was it? Just specifically like Hispanic? Like,
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
Mexican food, probably.
yeah. So I was like, was there any like American food in there? Was it like any like different type of foods?
I mean, I think I tried to look back.
What'd you think?
I want hamburger. They're just looking at you like, what? And it's like,
Oh, Costa Rica is like a heavily like vacation place, especially by people here. That's all. It's just like, I'm curious to see like, have they updated or changed their like tourist areas for people like that, or
I mean, they did have a few, like once we were back in San Jose, the place that we went to that felt the most like, Americanized restaurant that we had been to. But a lot of their traditional food just goes back to the basics, like beans, you know, eggs and stuff like that. Very uh, just very homey food. Platanos and stuff. They're not big on spice at all. Like
what?
yeah, like a lot of Central American countries cannot do spicy. Like
is the food bland, or is it still got flavor to it?
it's still got flavor, but it's just not spicy.
Seasoning it with mayonnaise.
Yeah, basically. No, like I mean, to them, like tahine is spicy. You know what I mean? Like to them, tahine was spicy.
I mean, tahini is spicy though.
It's not. It's just salty.
Put spice on it.
All right.
No, but I do remember I took a bag of hot Cheetos to my friend because that was like her one request. I was like, "Is there any food that you want me to bring, or like sneak from the airport?" She's like, "Hot Cheetos," and so she had given half the bag to one of her close family kids, and I mean they were spiced out, but what is this? What is this red dye?
Oh man, that bathroom visit afterwards, I bet was crazy.
So you kids ever had a red 40 before?
Yep. Yummy. Well, speaking of, did you know though that they they're opening up a new line where they're not going to have those dyes anymore?
Oh,
They're called Naked, like Doritos Naked, Cheetos Naked, where they're not going to have dyes in it anymore. Like same flavoring, and they just no dyes. I was like, finally.
it's not gonna be the same.
No, that's fine. Like I was one of those people that was adamant on why are we putting like unnecessary food coloring and stuff. Like like those grape drinks or something like that. With, like it's just heavy in dyes or just anything. Like just do it like Capri Sun does. Just no dyes. It's unnecessary.
It is unnecessary, but it's like the whole marketing thing. It's like the whole reason McDonald's is like red and yellow is because it makes people hungry.
Yeah, people are just changing their viewpoint on it, more health conscious. They're just like, yeah, why am I consuming all this unnecessary stuff that I don't need?
True.
So
Make it cheaper for them to make too.
We did at some point go ziplining at one of the parks.
I never understand the whole fascination for ziplining.
Oh, because you get to fly through the trees.
Yeah, you
get
feel
to
like
see a
Tarzan,
view.
dude.
Yeah, you see like a view.
I mean, one, I don't like it because of my fear of heights and everything like that. Plus, I don't like the dropping feeling. But like at the same time, like I just like even if I were to like not be afraid of it, I just don't understand the point of it.
Well, there's not really a dropping feeling because you're not really like just dropping. It's more like you're going across very fast.
Well, I mean, like for me, it's like when you like look down or something like that. You know how like everything just kind of rises up. Like that's what it is. Like that whole fear, like that adrenaline starts kicking in.
You want to go try and conquer your fears?
No,
They got a zip lining place down in Plano.
I know my Anna's been trying to get me on something ziplining for a while now, and I'm like, absolutely not.
It's so much fun. It's a full body workout too.
It's not.
It's like an obstacle course in the trees, bro.
It's not fun for me.
Wait, let's do it.
We should do it. It'd be cool.
Come on.
You'd be able to get your pump in,
No, I'm okay.
and like no one will think you're crazy when you're like white knuckling the rope. Like, man, he's got a good grip. You're like,
I'm scared. What happened? I'm just scared. I'm just scared.
you see freeze up there.
Yeah, like in the roof incident.
I'm stuck. What do you mean you're stuck?
Yep, that was the trick.
What would be your next vacation destination?
In country, I've been wanting to go to Seattle. Just like a place that I've always had.
Are you a Twilight fan?
It's not just for that, okay? I want to ride a ferry. I want to ride a ferry, okay? That's the biggest thing that I want to do when I go there. And I do want to see the Twilight location spots.
You've never been on the ferry in Galveston?
Hmm.
I mean, granted, it's only like 20 minutes if even that, but I mean, it's still getting on a ferry to go to another island.
No, I have not.
Galveston's dirty.
I like it.
And then I want to go visit Grey's Anatomy's locations. But like I was telling Michael before we started the podcast, there's a big road trip that people do from Oregon all the coastal way up to Washington. I would love to do that too. But out of the country, Switzerland.
Swaziland.
I want to go to
Switzerland.
It's beautiful. I see all the pictures and the seasons. I think there's one specific spa place that I've seen years ago, and they have this infinity pool with this very beautiful like view of like, all their mountains and stuff, and I would love to go.
I know it's nice going out and be able to see all these different sceneries and environments because come out here in Texas, it's like we got desert, we got flat land, and then you go out in highways.
Yeah, just ugly buildings. There's not a lot of scenic route like views or anything.
Well, I mean, I think we also have to go to the right parts of Texas because recently I've been seeing a lot of like, 6 spots in Texas that you've never heard of or stuff like that.
Most of those are memes, though.
Oh, but some of them have like pretty legit places to go visit.
I still think most of those are memes, though.
Yeah, there's one of them. There's like a cave up in North Texas. It's either in Texas or Oklahoma. You got big old Carlsbad Caverns. That place is pretty cool. From here, no, there's no caverns out here.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Right then, my turn. All right. Anyways, so my vacation destination that I went to that I'm sure I've mentioned so many times in my company was my Hawaii trip. Yeah, no, crazy.
You went to Hawaii?
I went to Hawaii.
Whoa.
Yeah, this was okay. Then let's say 3 or 4 years ago. I have to look back time wise.
All starts blending together once you turn 40.
All right, thank you for that. Anyways, yeah, I went to Oahu, Hawaii, which is the main island in Hawaii. Like if you have the chain of islands.
I'm just following along, man. I was nodding and then it just kind of went weird. Yeah.
So in the chain of islands, it's like the main one. It's the big one where like Pearl Harbor is, and it's like where most of the people live. It's not. Well, I guess it is touristy like the other ones are, but it's just I've heard more people go to like the smaller islands like Maui and such.
It's like Moana. Everyone wants to go to Maui.
Yeah, I mean, they all honestly look the same. It's just the Wahoo's, I want to say, just like more of a city slash downtown area, like where you land and then go 20 or 30 minutes out in like either direction. It's just like an island then. But so the fun thing was when we got there and came out of the plane, you land on the actual tarmac and you have to walk to the airport. It's not like you just land and they got like you into the little terminal and you come out from there. So that was kind of cool. But like as soon as you come out, you just see like that big mountain that's like right there, and it was just like really picturesque. And I was like, yeah. And it had so I don't know if y'all notice this, but when you travel, like that place you go to has like a specific like set of smells that's completely different than what you're normally like used to. Like have y'all ever experienced that?
Someone said something about that when I was like a few days into Japan already, and I was like, I did not notice.
Really?
All I smell is the food. I'm like, delicious.
What about you, Sandra?
I would say I agree. I think Costa Rica was just like more of a like the tree, like the nature smell.
Yeah, it probably just smells cleaner.
Yeah. Just like I could breathe.
Yeah, but see, I went city to city, so maybe that's why.
Oh well, yeah. So when you land and get out, there's like a hint of cinnamon. Like you just smell cinnamon. Like no one, like the person I was with, like they said they smelled something else, but like to me, it just like smelled like there was just like a hint of cinnamon in the air. It was weird.
Hmm.
So like, but yeah, no, the air was just crisp, like fully clean. Like I just felt like this is nice. Yeah, no, like as soon as you walk out, you're just like staring at like the scenery, just because it's like completely different than what you're used to. When we got to the airport, like there wasn't any windows; it was just open. Like just picture like when you're coming in, it's just like a sky bridge almost, and you're going to like little like compartments of like the airport. There's just no windows in between. It's just open, so like birds are coming in and everything like that. It was so weird.
Oh, that's so cool.
I have pictures of inside the airport as well, and they had like a koi fish pond in like the center of it too. Like they had like really like just blend of nature stuff in there. Like you wouldn't think you're in an airport. You feel like you're like in the what is it, like the Dallas Aquarium or something like that. That's kind of what it felt like.
Okay.
Yeah, once we got there, I want to say our plane ticket was about the same as yours, almost like $1,200 or $1,300 a ticket.
Yeah.
You know what? Now I remember time wise, this was just after the COVID restrictions were lifted from Hawaii. Like we booked the tickets and everything, like they just opened up travel back to Hawaii, so that's why they were so cheap. And that's cheap considering for there, because they say like plane tickets there are like 2,000 and up.
Because it's a hot destination.
So we got him at like decent prices just because of the whole situation with COVID. We still had to wear masks like on the plane and like traveling out there in public, but they weren't as strict as it was over here. But like on the plane, they're like, oh yeah, no, if we like tell you 2 or 3 times that you're like putting it below your nose or something like that, they were gonna like reprimand you somehow when you landed. I don't know what it was. So you to your room and start beating you. They're gonna take that mask off again. Actually, another crazy thing was when we were on the plane about to land, they actually like handed out this contract or something like legal document to where you basically promised that you weren't gonna take anything like protected that was on the beaches. So like sand, like any plants. You're not bringing anything like you know how like when you land here in the US and they say like, what do you have claimed? Do you have any fruits or vegetables? Anything like that? It was like that on the plane. And if you signed any of those, they would seize that stuff because like you basically isolate that island to where they're keeping like their like, you know, plants intact, animals and everything like that. Because when we got there was these weird like these like large little like cylindrical things posted up on these trees every like couple of miles, and we didn't realize that they had this like Japanese like beetle infestation that was eating all the coconut trees from one of the shipments that they received. And so they were being really strict about it, so you had to sign this documentation saying like you're not bringing any of these things in and you're not going to take anything like back from the island illegally. They held you to that contract too.
Bring any sand back?
Yeah, no sand. You can't bring sand, coral, anything. Yeah.
Dang.
They're really, I mean, if you think about it, you know, it's really eroding the area and they're trying to keep preserve the nature over there. So, I mean, I understand it because of how many people are going over there. But yeah, when we got there, we got picked up by an Uber from the airport and we headed out to the main city of Waikiki. Like, think of it like, you know, it's like Miami over here or something like that. Like, that's like their main city is Waikiki Beach. But we got there and how it was set up was I want to say it was an apartment, but it wasn't built like an apartment. It was almost like a hotel. but it's listed as an apartment slash condo. But I guess the owner that like had it like bought it and then put it on Verbo, and so it was like an Airbnb situation. It's just through Verbo, but we stayed there the entire time we were in Oahu, which was like I think the same thing with 10 or 11 days. It was beautiful. We got there, checked in. We got to our room and they had everything like set up there, all the amenities and everything. But yeah, it was just like really tight, cramped area. But the weird part was the windows weren't closed off; they were blinds, like glass blinds. So like you would open them and close them to bring air in. Like it didn't have air conditioning.
You ever get like really hot in there?
No, it was cool. It was cool the whole time. Like we were up on like the 30th floor too, but it was just cool the whole time. Like there was certain points of the day that it got warm, but like with the wind passing through, it was cool.
Okay.
But they say like that's how the weather is the whole time over there.
That's nice.
Like at like a crisp like 60 to maybe 80 degrees, but it's not like 80 degrees over here. Like it's more comfortable. It's not, even though we're out on the beach, it's not as humid, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because that water is like Arctic water up,
Yeah.
so it comes off the ocean pretty cool.
Yeah. Speaking of the water, cold. Like you go in there, absolutely. Like it's not insanely cold, but like it was. So like once you go in there, you get a little shock, but then after maybe 5 minutes, you start kind of getting acclimated to the water, which was weird. But yeah, no, it's not how you would think. Like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like a warm beach and like sand and everything. Like, no, it's.
What time of the year did you go?
We went in, I want to say was March or May, one of those times.
Okay, so late spring.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's about the time we went. But yeah, I mean, overall, the weather was like in the 60s and 70s the whole time. But it's not like how it is here. Like every 20 minutes, the weather changes. Because we would be like looking out in the morning when we would wake up, like out in the city, and there's just there's just like a set of clouds and it's raining for 5 minutes and then it changes like again like 10 minutes later and it's back to normal sunny again. So like the weather was just constantly changing out there. So people were like, oh yeah, no, don't follow the weather app that much. It's gonna change. And sure enough, it did. But yeah, the crazy thing about it too. So once we did land, before we got to the hotel, or actually no, we got to the hotel, we dropped our stuff off, and we wanted to check out Waikiki Beach because that was the one place we weren't going to check out afterward. Like that's the main tourist trap, and so we were told by like multiple people, don't go over there just because that's just where all the tourists are. And it's where a lot of the homeless people are too. So when we got there, like we parked and we were like walking on the beach, and there was like a set of like chickens just walking aimlessly like in the parking lot, and they're protected wildlife over there. You just have chicken everywhere, just randomly just walking around.
Like the squirrels.
Yeah, like how we have squirrels here, it's like chickens over there. But at like 6 a.m, you would hear like a family of them, all the roosters just like squawking at the same time, and they're just down below, and you're just like, I'm trying to sleep.
I guess I'm up now.
Yeah. That was the only con I would say was just the constant, like, just chickens just making noises all over the street.
Not the chicken.
I'm telling you, that was the first time I seen the most ludicrous thing in my life. There was like a group of girls just taking these provocative Instagram photos on the beach, and I'm just like, despicable. Like, it's definitely the people are like, oh yeah, no, I came here. I'm just gonna take some pictures and I'm just gonna go clubbing the rest of the time I'm here. Like I'm just here to drink and party.
Yeah, that's a Gram funded trip, put the pics on the gram and then, get all that revenue. Mm-hmm. People send them money. They're like, hee hee, you like what you see?
That was Waikiki Beach basically in a nutshell. Yeah, no, as soon as I got there, went to one of those like little stands or whatever, grabbed myself a pina colada.
Yeah, I think a pina colada is always a go-to on any vacation.
I did keep one of the coconut bowls though that they made it out of.
Especially from the beach.
It was definitely worth it. It would definitely tie it together. I was like, me. Yeah, trying to think where else we went. So following after that, we did check out a couple of like tour spots. Prior to us getting there, I did like the reason, like some of the things I wanted to go check out since we were going to go there was I was a big fan of the TV show Lost. And so I was like, oh yeah, they filmed like most of the show in Hawaii. So I was like, oh, I really want to check these places out. So we went to I think it was called Shinto Castle, where the Korean people, basically a lot of their story or whatever was taken over there. I forgot what the temple is used for. I think it's either for weddings or it's just like a historical spot. But a lot of movies and shows actually show it too. So if you ever do see it, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, but we visited that place. We went to the one of the nature preserve like water garden, like slash garden, but it's just like think of like 3 or 4 miles of just like endless like gardens, like natural wildlife. But like at the very end, it's like where one of the waterfalls that they shot in Lost was there as well. Yeah, and it was really cool. They had a lot of like rare plants that were there. The wildlife there too. There was a lot of like birds that you haven't seen before. But like one big thing I noticed was like the foliage and trees over there was like huge.
The jungle, baby.
Like that's like I didn't because like I'm thinking like the trees we have here are trees, but I was like, nah, man, they're shrubs in compared to what's in Hawaii. Like they like that. Like anytime I was driving, I would like catch myself just staring out the window for like almost the whole ride, just because like I'm awestruck of where we are.
I follow this influencer. If you might know him, Bretman Rock. Y'all know him? Maybe he's just my general.
Never heard of her.
Him. But he's a pretty famous YouTuber. He used to do a lot of makeup videos and is now just an influencer.
And James Charles.
But yeah, I think he came up around the same time that James Charles did.
Is he a predator like James Charles?
Not at all. He's a very wholesome soul.
Throwing out some shade.
Now, he lives in Hawaii and he is very rich in life, and I think he has like this beautiful home. A lot of his like videos and stuff even now, and always posting like his Hawaii content and like his home living, and his backyard is so gorgeous. Like I mean, it's just the view, the mountains and everything, how green it is. It's just again just very rich in life.
Where was I?
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, besides birds, there was just chickens. That was it. I guess,
I mean, those are also birds.
Yeah, they were also birds. But yeah, no, like we were like pulled over on the side of the road one time to get like some food truck. They were just like I don't know why I was gonna say taco stand.
It gets different when you start hitting 40, man.
Yeah, like a set of like food trucks, and we pull over the side of the road to go grab some, and like the little seating area or picnic area that they had, there was just like some chickens just walking around, just minding their business, just picking up the floor, just throwing food at them. It was weird.
You throw them chicken?
No, I didn't have any chicken. I didn't want to commit any crimes now.
Besides the beach and lost locations, was there anything else like landmarks and stuff that you got to see?
We went to so there's a volcano, non-active anymore, right off of like Waikiki Beach. I think it was called Diamond Head Volcano. Don't quote me on it, but it's on that like beach area though. But yeah, we hiked up there, and there's like an old World War II like listening post. So like that was one of the things that they used during like before like the attack of Pearl Harbor, or anything like that, was supposed to catch oncoming transmissions and stuff, which is really cool, like visiting, because of just like how you had to like go over there to access it and everything. But when we got up there, yeah, you could see like the whole like layout of the island. We went to Pearl Harbor as well. We went to go. Yeah, it was definitely. It was my first memorial site going to, so it was definitely different than what I was used to. They do have like a standard museum in there as well, with like all the little like stuff that they collected over time. They have a decommissioned submarine over there that you can go check inside. A boat that basically takes you, like you go onto this small little like boat that takes you to where. What's that synced battleship that I'm trying to think of?
I'm not a war history buff.
Yeah, I'm gonna remember after this, I know it, but there's a synced battleship that's still in the harbor, and it's now deemed as a memorial site because of because they never recovered the bodies. They're still there.
Oh.
Like when the ship was sinking, they tried to rescue the crewmen that were still in the ship, and they couldn't break open the steel in time because they were melting the steel and breaking little segments of it to pull people out.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they just weren't able to get in hold of all these people. So there's like hundreds of people still in that battleship. And so it's basically a gravesite.
Oh, wow.
But they built like a little memorial center on top of the battleship, and it's glass underneath it so you can see the battleship itself.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so it's really quiet in there. Like the guy that was with us told us that this is a memorial center and a site. So like we ask you to like, keep your volume to very low, because yeah, we're being respectful to the people that were still underneath the battleship. But the crazy thing is that there's still oil coming out of that battleship. Like you can see the little droplets coming up, and they're not going to touch it.
Why?
But well, because it's the United States government is saying it's a memorial site, so it's not going to be disturbed.
Oh wow.
So like they had like on the wall at the very end of it, it has all the people's names on there, and it's just completely covered.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, it was nice just being there, being able to pay your respects and just understand like what it was being there.
Yeah.
Like just like because this is my first historical site being to, so I was like wow, like I was just taking it all in.
Mhm.
But then afterwards, we got back onto like the main part of the island, and then now we drive across the bridge to where the base is still. And so you have to go through like their military check and everything to check out the battleship Missouri. And so like it's completely decommissioned, but they did show it in the movie Battleship.
Oh yeah.
It was the same ship that they used. But the cool thing was is you got to go like through the entire battleship and see like everything that was in there. And the funny thing is if you go into like an old like vintage car, it smells exactly how a battleship would. Like just that oily kind of like machine smell. That's what it smells like.
Mhm.
It was really cool. Like being on the deck, taking all those pictures and everything. I was like, wow. During the tour guide, the guy was like, "You see this big dent on the side of the ship? That's where a plane crashed." I was like, one of the Japanese airmen was kamikazing into it, and it just crashed right here, but didn't destroy the ship.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Wow. That's a lot of history right there.
Yeah. On the deck, it's kind of on the north or like the front right side of it. That's where they did the signing for the Japanese surrender too. They have a little plaque over there saying like with Truman and everybody sitting there, and like all the staff members and everybody was sitting there, and they have like the little like I guess replica contract that they signed of Japanese people surrendering to the U.S. I was like, wow, that's really cool. Besides Pearl Harbor, we went up to. We did want to visit where they filmed Jurassic Park. Unfortunately, this was a mistake made by my end because I used our third party website that you got coupons for it, and I just didn't redeem it. So when we got there, they're like, "Oh no, you're supposed to buy tickets and just use this as a code." So like we never got a chance to like go on the ATVs to check out the valley. But we did see the valley at least though, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I can recognize this when they're filming. You can see like the same mountain that they're filming." So that was kind of cool. But then the other place that we went to was the Polynesian Center, where it's like that's where they do the
Sauce.
it's where they have their luau. Like they're like so there's a lot of like luau's that they have on the island that you can go to, but a lot of people that told me that if you're gonna go there, go to this one. It's maybe a few $100s more than like the other ones where I think it was like $400 or $500 in total per person. But so you go into the Polynesian Center is not just like they had like each setup was like different islands that basically contributed to how Hawaii's culture was. So like they had like a Fiji island, they had like the Canary Island, like all these like little other places that they all basically influenced each other. But they had like people there that were like theater majors, and they were like dressed up and they were acting like they're people during that time. And they were like, "This is how you like husk a coconut, or this is how you build the ships that we build. Like these are the music they're playing." So during the beginning of like a few hours before the actual like luau begins, kind of going through all these little places, and you're just learning about their history and culture.
Did you dance to luau?
No,
Put on a skirt and some coconut bras.
I did put on a skirt. I still have it on me. It is a skirt, but it's like a ceremonial like thing that they wrap like around them, and it goes like all the way down. But like you'll see like if you ever see like, anything Hawaiian based, you'll see them wearing it. But I was like, oh, I want one, so I got one.
You didn't get a coconut bra?
I did not get a coconut bra.
Say, was there food at the luau?
There was a lot of food.
How was the food?
It was great. So at the luau specifically, they had a buffet style, but it's not like buffet food. It was like, so we're like sitting right,
Yeah.
and like two people just like come up with like a whole like what is it, pig,
Yeah.
just like on a spit roast and everything, and it's like already cooked, but like just for like shows and stuff. They had like they put it on like a fake spit roast and spinning it around.
Yeah.
And then like the guy starts like they pick it up, bring it to the back, and they start carving it while like everyone else is like dancing and kind of telling the like little story. And so yeah, like the food that they had out there was immaculate, and unlimited drinks. And I went ham on those pina coladas, virgin of course, though I don't drink alcohol like that.
Well, then what's the point?
Dude, I'm telling you, and I stand by this.
Because you're 40.
No, man, it ain't about the age. I just like pina colada for the taste of it. I don't like it with rum on it.
That makes it even better.
I don't like rum. I can say that with all the air in my lungs. I do not like Rome.
Can't believe it.
But no, food was immaculate. Like everything that they had over there was really good. But it's got like a Japanese like mix to it because they did have poke. They had a lot of sushi there. But a lot of their dishes was just like pork, chicken with like their type of like mix of like a soy teriyaki sauce to it. Really heavy on rice. And just like raw fruits. Like everywhere that you went, even on like the side of the road, there'll just be like people just selling like fresh pineapples and coconuts, and you'll see homeboy just literally climb up a tree, just drop the coconuts cracker right there, and be like, "Here you go," and like 10 cents right there. So that's how. Yeah, that was like really nice. But yeah, no, total culture shock when you go over there too. Even though it's part of the United States, it's just like different style of living, like very minimalist. But yeah, no, definitely would like to go back there just because after the first time I was there, I was like, I'm gonna kill it.
What are some places that you would like to travel to next?
I would say if I had the finances and everything available, I'd probably want to go to somewhere in Italy, like Rome, Venice, or something like that.
My friend and I really want to go to Italy.
Yeah,
That pasta.
some of that pasta, just because I feel like because I know the food over there is gonna be a lot better than it is over here because it's just actually nutrient rich. But
Yeah.
Europe.
yeah, it's like because it was like I'm a big history buff and I really want to go visit Rome. Like all the times we played like Assassin's Creed, I'm like, damn, I just really want to go over there.
I seen this in the video game.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I was like, because the fact that they still have like so many of those buildings intact over there, I'm like, yeah, no, I definitely want to visit that place.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like stepping back in time.
Well, one of the coworkers I used to have working there, you slightly met her a little bit, Sharon, when she was telling us that she went on a cruise that basically visited like Rome, like France, and all these things. I was like, I could do that because how she explained it was she goes on these cruises, and those like couple of days that they're there to each destination, she decides whether or not like she wants to go there for real, like for an actual vacation. So it's like a trial run with the cruise.
It's like a sampler.
Yeah, it's like a sampler, and then after if she decides if she likes it or not, then she'll actually go over there. Because
I have been thinking about like doing a cruise in Europe because like I think that's a great way to tackle different hotspots too.
for sure, I would say the next destination I want to go to is somewhere like that,
In Europe.
more historical location. Yeah,
Mhm.
follow her down. Just let's do it.
Italy 2026.
Just to finish off, what did y'all think of the tea, the cherry blossom green tea?
I had a full 2 cups. But I'm also very partial. Like, I'm very biased towards green tea.
Yeah, it's a very mellow tea considering, but yeah, it had I felt like it was gonna taste really florally, but it didn't.
It didn't. No.
This is more of the green tea. This is the cherry.
Oh, I didn't taste anything with the cherry blossom, but yeah, I mean, it tasted like a green tea, but that was it. But yeah, it just wasn't as terrible, if you want to say it was, like I thought it was gonna be.
Got it for my recent trip to Maryland, and I will say their public transportation, is a little bit better over there than it is here in Texas. Much better, actually.
Did that part. All right, well, I will say any last minute thoughts.
Go to Costa Rica, pura vida.
Travel. Go places you want to. You never know when they're going to change. You never know when your life's going to change and when you won't have the opportunity.
We're in like early bits of December. If you're thinking about traveling starting the new year, or if you have a New Year's resolution, we would recommend traveling because stop wasting your money and just working your 7 or 9 to 5 job and living a useless life. But anyways, cheers. Thank you for joining us for Tea Time. Like and subscribe.